And when I went out there, his lips were blue. And I told him he needs to stop because he's gonna kill himself.
So in this video in front of Judge DiSanto, we have somebody who's there on a probation violation, but the truth is this is more of an intervention. You're going to hear from the defendant's lawyer, obviously, but also the defendant's mother and father who have serious concerns about his drug addictions and abuses and whatnot. So take a look at this. Let me know in the comments at the end what you think of how Judge DiSanto handled it. My name is Dan. This beautiful creature loving up on the mic is Ellie. This is the Courtroom Files.
There you go. All right, so let's go on the record in the matter of the City of Riverview versus Matthew Pajeski, well, actually just Matthew Pajeski, 241604. And counsel, your appearance for the record, please.
Your Honor, John Goldbach, PD 30758 on behalf of Mr. Pajeski.
Okay, sir, your name for the record, please.
Matthew Pajeski.
Okay, did you pick him up?
Yes.
Okay, you can adjust the microphone, sir. So that we're picking you up. There you go.
Matthew Pajeski.
Thank you. Today is a date scheduled for a probation violation. Mr. Pajeski has been on probation since February of 2024, when he pled guilty to public intoxication and disorderly conduct. He was sentenced to 18 months probation. There was a probation violation that was scheduled December 23rd of 25, which your client did not appear for. A warrant was issued. Your client walked in on the warrant March 9th. And then today's date was provided. And so it's alleged that your client did not appear for probation twice, did not test as ordered, was arrested on July 20th of 25 for operating while under the influence of drugs and possession of narcotic equipment, and did not notify his probation officer regarding that. And so, counsel?
Your Honor, we have John Goldbach on behalf of the defendant. Your Honor, I have spoken to Mr. Pajeski along with his people from his family. I've explained to him what the allegations are and the circumstances surrounding them. I also was provided with a bond receipt by Mr. Pajeski regarding the incident that occurred, this week, Thursday, on July of 20th of 2025, and discuss that with him too. I also understand, because he has mentioned this, possibly when he came in and on the original violation, because my understanding that originally the violations I received an amended violation was failed to appear probation twice and failed to test as ordered.
Right, those are those are technical violations 1, 2, and 3.
Correct.
The July 20th arrest is our non-technical violation, and since there were 2 charges, it's 1 and 2.
I understand that.
Based upon the police report and what was indicated in the police report.
Right.
And given that there's a lower burden of proof for probation violations, that's why that non-technical is being brought forth.
I understand that, Your Honor. I was only indicating that And part of that is he didn't let you know. That also, and
Probation, not me, probation.
I know, didn't let probation know. However, he informed me that he kept asking, when he did hear, I saw Natalie, at one point in time. And she said there's nothing in the file.
What do you mean? Nothing in the file about
He
what?
hasn't been charged, and that,
I know that, but
I know,
I understand that, but that's not necessarily, the charge doesn't necessarily have to be a basis for the probation violation.
I know that, Sean.
Right.
That I understand. I didn't mean that, but part of it is that he didn't notify them of the incident. Meaning probation. But it appears because there's somewhere in there, there's a police report, which I haven't seen, that indicated, what happened. Now, no charges were brought. And again, I understand that you don't have to be charged to violate probation. But I don't know what the allegations
The
are.
Wayne County Prosecutor and Attorney's Office denied the warrant. And I don't know if it was ever resubmitted to the Wyandotte prosecutor.
That's what I'm saying. And so I don't know what the mere fact,
It doesn't appear as though it's been reissued. Counsel.
that's what I meant. So that's what I was trying
So
to
if you're
figure out.
concerned about Fifth Amendment issues, if your client's considering pleading guilty on that portion of it,
Well,
then I'm just indicating if he is, and he's concerned about any of his admission for probation violation purposes being used against him in the criminal charge for OUID and possession of narcotic equipment, it appears as though that's not proceeding forward, and it would just be utilized for the purposes of the probation violation.
and that's what I'm saying, Your Honor. I don't know what is alleged in there
Oh,
other than a charge.
that's what you were saying. I didn't
Yes.
get, I didn't get all that from what you were
apologize.
saying. Okay. So,
And if I may, it appears, it's not, I guess it doesn't appear, that originally, looking at the recommendation, seemed that the recommendation was for revoke probation, 60 days, alcohol tether, and that's been crossed out.
so counsel, do you want to read the police report?
Yes. Thank you.
I can just read it to you if you like. On July 20th, 25.
Can I see? Can I start to see?
Oh, that's fine. I just don't know if there's any information that's supposed to be redacted in there that.
This part is. Go on. Stand up.
Okay,
There's no blood results. least not in that part of the report. I'm assuming. Just,
Okay.
okay, I just. I understand, thank you, Ron. As to, obviously, there was police contact, which would be, if it shows the violations of a, excuse me, can be used to, address the issues. I've noted that in there. And so it's also my understanding that he was trying to find out, because it says also failed to report it to the probation office. My understanding was that he was attempting to follow up, figure out what happened, and was just told there were no charges brought through Ms. Shaw, I believe. I only bring that to the court's attention as to the violations that he's charged with. Yes, he would plead guilty to understanding he has a right to a hearing on these matters. He would plead guilty to the violations 1, 2, and he did have police contact. Whether or not that would support a conviction, which for the charges which don't seem to have been brought, would at least be used for the police contact, as opposed to the allegations of what occurred or how he further allegedly violated his probation. So as to that effect, he would plead guilty that there was police contact. As we're failing to report this incident to the probation department, according to my conversations with him, they were aware that there was something maybe pending.
And how would your client know that they were aware? Did he tell them?
He talked to them about that, said,
Did he tell them that he had been arrested and he had consented to a blood draw? Or you did?
I
When did
don't
you tell-
remember the date, but I spoke with Natalie about it. I believe it was somewhere in between the 20th and the 25th, because on the 25th I was in another car, in a car accident, and we ended up in the hospital.
All right, well, let's
so
let's set that aside for a moment. Tell me about the failing to appear to probation twice and failing to test as ordered.
When I initially got in the hospital, my father came in and spoke with Natalie, told him I was in the hospital. The broke
Right.
femur.
She paused some of your requirements because you're bedridden. And then she amended that because you were out and about looking for work and you no longer had restrictions.
I was doing physical therapy. I gotten a letter from my psychiatrist that I didn't have money. I still don't have money to pay for testing. I know I don't need money to meet with Natalie. I guess in my ignorance, really, I assumed this letter that I gave her covered until I could make some money or find a job.
What was the letter?
copy of it.
It's in the folder back.
That letter dated October 16th, I believe. May I approach it?
You may. Thank you. He is experiencing financial hardship at this time and is actively looking for work. So what did you think this was going to cover you for, sir, for an
Natalie told me it was to cover her rest.
excuse me,
Sorry.
for an undetermined amount of time? Please keep your hands out of your pockets. What did you think this is going to cover You thought this was going to cover you for an undetermined amount of time?
Until I can find work, Your Honor.
Okay, so how does this indicate that you do not have to appear for testing when you were ordered to resume testing and not appearing for your probation appointments?
Your Honor, if I may, I think that letter, never mind. I understand your question now.
Yeah. So, Mr. Pajeski, how does this affect that?
Natalie had asked for a letter stating that I couldn't test. And I guess I wasn't specific enough to my psychiatrist in regards to what she could put in the letter.
Okay, so, sir, you've been on probation for public intoxication, disorderly conduct. And, since October, even since November, you haven't tested at all, correct?
That's right.
Right. And so, if you test right now, what's in your system?
Just my prescription medications.
When's the last time you used any nitrous oxide, sir?
You have a question?
Yes.
Well, when's the last time you, I don't mean that.
Last year.
Last year, okay. Last year is in December 31st, or last year is in February 2025?
February 2025.
So the nitrous oxide that was located in your vehicle, please keep your hands out of your pockets. That was located in the vehicle during your police contact July 20th. Where it's also indicated in the police report that you appeared under the influence of something and your motions were slow and things of that nature. You didn't use any nitrous oxide that day.
No, it was not my car.
All right, and counsel, do you know who these other individuals are that are in court?
That's.
Yes.
That's Dara's parents, right?
And so did they come with you or did they come to court to address the court?
They came with me.
Okay. And so it appears as though your client's mom would like to address the court. So I'm going to allow her. Well, first, before we do that, I want to know, what are we doing? What's your client doing? Is he pleading guilty, not guilty?
I thought we did plead guilty.
Guilty, okay.
Yes.
So I'll hear from you in just a few moments, ma'am. Sir, please raise your right hand. You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in this matter be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yeah.
And you heard the allegations that were put forth, correct?
Yes.
As to those allegations, how do you plead?
Guilty.
You've gone over your advice of rights with your attorney, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you understand all of those rights.
Yes.
You also understand the possible penalty as a result of your plea.
Yes.
Whether in this court, any other court or administrative agency, correct? I'm sorry?
Yes.
And you do understand that the recommendation this matters for your under advisement status to be revoked. And
I will be addressing that.
I know that, I'm just letting him know what is recommended. As well as for probation to be revoked and for you to pay a $50 probation violation fee and serve 60 days jail tethered to treatment. Do you understand that's the recommendation?
Yeah.
Knowing all of that, do you want to continue with your plea?
Yes.
I'm sorry, sir?
Yes.
Has anybody promised you anything, threatened you, or coerced you in any way for you to enter into a plea?
No.
And counsel, if you can please voir dire your client.
Thank you. Sir, you were placed on probation for this work. I'm 24, is that correct?
2025.
24, sorry, close. 2025, is that correct?
Yes.
And
Can
some
you
of
just speak
those,
up, sir, so we can get your responses recorded?
and some of those conditions were that you were to attend probation meetings, to attend testing, as ordered, you were to avoid police contact, and you were to notify your probation officer of any police contact. Is that correct?
Yes.
And did you fail to appear for probation hearing meetings on November 25th and December 12th, 2025?
Yes.
Did you fail to test?
Yes.
And you presented a letter to Natalie and you believed that that was going to relieve your testing for a period of time. Is that correct?
Yes.
And did you, were you arrested on the 25th of, I'm sorry, the 20th of 2025?
Yes.
And did you notify, as soon as that happened, that, this had occurred to that?
Yes.
You told her of the incident? When?
Somewhere in between the 20th and the 25th. I believe it was.
But you don't recall specifically?
I don't recall a specific date.
You know, I believe that you didn't report it immediately, correct?
Yes.
Okay, that satisfies you.
Was that yes?
Yes.
The court does find that, the plea is knowing, voluntary, and factually accurate. The court will indicate technical violations 1 through 3, non-technical violations 1 through 2, based upon the plea of guilty in this matter. And, counsel?
I've heard the recommendation. I'm gonna ask, I don't believe that there's reason at this point in time to revoke the under advisement status. The reason I say that is it appears you've been on probation for approximately well, 6 months when he had in contact.
Well, 5, but
Well, 5. One would anticipate, Your Honor, and I thank you for giving me the opportunity to review that report. One would think that if there was something to the criminal allegations that were brought, that by now,
well, just let Natalie or Stacy know that.
by now, that the something would have come out of the either the Wayne County Prosecutor's Office or the Prosecutor's Office. There may have been a determination that they weren't going to go any farther for whatever reason. As well as with the other violations. Mr. Sadowski wrongfully surmised that that letter was going to free him from testing. That was wrong. That doesn't make any sense to me either, but one doesn't can only deal with what they have to do. I don't think that revoking probation at this point in time and closing without improvement or revoking his under advisement status is appropriate. I also don't believe that he should be sentenced for these violations for the first time, even though before this court, that he should receive 60 days, whether it be tethered to treatment or not. So for those reasons, Your Honor, I'm asking rather that if the court feels that such is appropriate, is probation violation, then they should not revoke the status and have him continue to do his treatment, which he is undergoing, still going and seeing his therapist, correct?
Yes.
And solve the problem that way, as opposed to putting him in jail for leaving tenants.
Okay. All right, I am going to give your client's mom an opportunity to address the court. Ma'am, if you'd like to come forward. And if you could please state and spell your first and last names for the record.
Lisa Pajeski, Podgajski, and Matthew's mother.
All right, thank you. All right. And so, ma'am, what would you like this court to know?
So it's putting burying my mom and dad and finding out Matthew had cancer. This is probably one of the worst days of my life. He needs help, serious help. He has a pill addiction and prescription abuse. And then what he does is, I have my notes, but I can't read them.
Sir, I can't have you interrupting the court. Go ahead.
Not on the same page. He uses the nitrous, because it isn't detected in his drug screening. I've kicked him out of my house in October of 24. For stealing, he had a job at Lowe's, he was drinking on that job. He was on probation, I think, well, that's when I kicked him out of the car, so I said, we'll kick him out. I'm so sorry.
It's okay, take your time.
That's when I threw him out of my car in the middle of 4th Street and he was throwing cones because he broke my windshield in my Jeep. And he went to jail. And it hasn't really gotten any better. His dad keeps taking him in and out. If he can't get because he had cancer, he had pain medication. But now he's been cancer free as of February for 5 years, so that's a good thing. But he is still thinks that he needs his Oxy and Xanax. And if whenever they prescribe, whoever prescribes them for him, he uses them up within a short amount of time. So then he turns to buying them on the street. And that's not good either. He is also involved with a girl that is not good for him. So it's been back and forth between them, very volatile situations between the two of them. I believe she's the one who got him starting on the nitrous. And it has been recently that he, was doing the nitrous. Mike stopped at my house because her dad dropped him off at his house. And he had 2 nitrous tanks in the truck. And when I went out there, his lips were blue. And I told him he needs to stop because he's gonna kill himself. And he said no and shut up from the peanut gallery. And Mike said he'll just take him home and deal with it.
And who's Mike?
My ex-husband, his father.
Okay. And so, ma'am, how do you know all of this information other than the nitrous oxide one that you just indicated you saw? How do you know that your son is purchasing pills off the street?
Because he's used my car, I don't want him to use my car anymore. And I have actually, at one point, I took a picture of the pills that he got because I didn't know what he was getting. I'm a nurse, and I said, you don't ever know what you're getting off the street. Yeah, and he tells me.
And so I'm just trying to recall because I feel, was your son married or is he currently married? Was he married at one point or?
No.
No. Did the two of you did you have a case here? Did the two of you ended up like with a disorderly conduct or no? Have you ever,
For
have
me,
you ever been here before for a case? No, okay. The name sounded familiar and I was trying to figure out why it sounded familiar. Okay. And, sir, did you want to say anything?
No, ma'am.
No? Because it seems as though you have a lot that you have a lot to say.
He's got a problem and,
Okay.
here to support him.
Well, hold on. So I'm gonna have you come forward for a moment, please.
we're just at a loss of what to do anymore. We were on the same page for a while. But it's not getting any better. He needs help and he needs an intervention.
Okay. And sir, your name for the record, please.
Pajeski,
Okay. And can you spell your first name and your last name, please?
Michaelpodjajski.
All right. And so, sir, you seem to disagree with a few things that Lisa has stated.
I don't know if he's buying drugs off the street. I don't know that.
Okay.
As far as the nitrous goes, it's locked in my safe and I empty.
You empty them. Why are there, so do you do something that
No,
you
I
need nitrous oxide
don't
for?
use drugs or drink or anything myself, man.
Okay, well, that wasn't my question, sir. You indicated that they were locked in your safe.
I lock them in
So,
the safe.
hold on, please, hold on. So how do you get these nitrous oxide canisters?
Every party store and gas station down river sells.
Okay, so are you buying them?
No, I'm not buying them.
Okay, so then how do you end up with those in your possession to put them in your safe?
He's snuck them into my house when, this girlfriend's father dropped him off because he's not allowed in her house, man. I can't let the kid live on the street. He's my son.
I understand that, sir. So you get those from your son and then you put them in the safe. What do you intend to do with it? Do you dispose of them afterwards?
I opened the valve and they dissipated into the air.
Okay,
May I say something else about this?
yes,
The girlfriend came over to my house and I couldn't figure out why my garbage can was so full. And that was the car he was driving the night that he was arrested. Come to find out, she uses it quite often. And she dumped all the canisters in my garbage at my house. And I didn't know about it till I took the trash out last Sunday night, you know?
okay,
Yeah, it's a problem. It's a, believe it or not, it's an epidemic is what it is. It's as bad as fentanyl, you know, all around with
Oh.
these canisters, you know?
it is. It is.
As far as the drug use goes, I don't know what his doctors prescribed. I only took him to certain, you know, appointments when he was going through the cancer because of the COVID, and I wasn't allowed to go inside because of COVID. And then he does not have a car, he does not have a job because got in this bad accident, okay? So I took him in. I told him I'd help him get through this. His mail, you know, mysteriously, as of November 10th, I believe, last year, all this mysteriously kept being returned to sender. And he doesn't received no mail, nothing regarding his probation violation or anything. You know, I don't know who did that. We've gone to the post office and the post office says, well, you have to prove, you know, show ID for a change of address. Now, I've changed the address a few times. I've never had to show an ID, fill the card out, turn it in, done. I don't know. I'm trying to help him get through this whole ordeal here. Since this kid started dating this woman, he's been in nothing but trouble. She's trouble. You know, my problem is get him help to convince him that she's no good for him. And every time he's with her, something happens. He does something stupid for her.
Okay. So. So Matthew has a problem. He has,
Yeah, absolutely.
right,
And I have taken him to AA meetings because I've been an active member of AA for over 10 years now.
right, congratulations, sir.
I'm the treasurer of my home group. I go to 6, 7 meetings a week still. Been doing that for the last 10 years. And he's been to enough meetings to know.
All right. So here's, I appreciate you coming in and addressing the court, both of you. And, clearly the, issues that are afflicting Matthew, are definitely affecting the entire family. And that you both have Matthew's best interest at heart. I'm gonna hear from his attorney again and, Matthew as well. Thank you very much for
Thank you.
addressing the court. All right, and so Matthew, you see that both of your parents are concerned.
Yes. Your Honor, I do.
And I think that they both have their, the thought process that you had cancer and you were able to, fight through that and be cancer-free. And now the concern for them is that didn't take your life, but the drugs will. All right, now, you may think that nitrous oxide isn't a drug. Anything that's used in the capacity and in a different capacity than what it's intended for, sir, is a drug. If you are buying prescribed pills that are prescribed for you, but then you no longer have your prescription. If you're buying those off the street, just be aware, sir, that those are often not the pills that you think you're buying. Number one, they can just be pressed from any type of material or makeup. It could be laced with cocaine, fentanyl, carfentanil, any of that, sir, for which you will not come back from.
My brother was a fentanyl addict. She failed to mention that.
Okay, well, sir, I'm just wondering what relevance does that have to do to this situation right now?
Nothing. None whatsoever.
Well, no, you brought it up and then you made it a point to say that your mom failed to mention that. So my question for you is, what is the relevance in that?
I think she's concerned, she's obviously concerned, she's my mother, that I am buying these pills off the street. Seeing what happened, both of us saw what happened with my brother. We watched him withdraw and almost die several times. So I think her concern is that, but I need to have all of my prescriptions managed through my psychiatric team and my oncologist team.
Okay. And sir, It appears as though this individual that you're involved with isn't a great influence.
Yes,
So
I've cut ties.
100%? Since when?
Sunday.
Do your parents know that?
Yes,
Okay, that doesn't seem as though your dad knows that, and you're living with your dad right now?
he knows
Hmm.
he just went over there the other day to get the rest of my stuff, so.
Okay. And so are you back to work yet, sir?
I'm actively applying to jobs every day. I'm looking to get into an electrical apprenticeship starting in early spring. The application portal opens.
Okay. So here's what, I'm going to do you a solid. You may not think I'm doing you a solid, sir, but in the long run, I'm doing you a solid. I'm not going to revoke your under advisement status or probation at this point. I am going to, sir, order you to $30 jail to be tethered to treatment through the Wayne County Jail. If at the end of your if at the close of your 30 days, sir, there's a recommendation that you should continue, or there's a continued level of care, then we can revisit it, okay?
Okay.
But, so that you don't have this conviction on your record, I will not revoke your under advisement at this point,
Thank you, Mark.
all right? So, you're gonna go out through this way today.
Can I say something?
What's that, ma'am?
Can we just make sure that he gets care he needs, because he'll probably go to withdrawal?
Ma'am, so Mr. Gopal can give you more information, but your client, your son's gonna be taken into Wayne County into custody, transported to Wayne County Jail, where they will evaluate him. There's medical supervision, medical staff, and they will place him in an inpatient treatment facility that would be applicable for your son. And they do have medical staff at the inpatient facilities. All right?
And of course, the remaining provisions, costs, fines, et cetera. Thank you so much.
So then what I'll do is I will do a, so let's do it this way, technically. I'm going to do 60 days jail, we'll suspend 30, serve 30, tethered to treatment. So we'll do a jail review. Um. April 16th. That's in 3 weeks. We'll see how you're doing. Well, I'm sorry, April 30th. We'll do April 30th. That way your clients serve the entirety of the treatment for that purpose. April. What'd you say, 30th?
Yes, sir.
9:30.
At 9:30 a.m. Okay, and sir, again, if you're in treatment for 30 days and they suggest that there's additional level of care, whether it's a sober living environment, then by all means, you can go there, right? You can zoom in from there, whatever it is for your court date, all right?
If he is. So that will be,
Otherwise, he has to be here in person.
okay, that's,
I'm just suggesting that if the suggestion is, aftercare, then, it'd be wise to follow that, that suggestion. Okay. All right, good luck to you, sir. Thank you. Have a good day.
Hey, thanks for watching. Please do let us know in the comments what you thought of this video. If you'd like to support what we do here, the best way to do it is to pick up some of our merch. You can find it at courtroomfiles.com.